What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Opposition Preview. We are here for the finale. It has finally arrived, and I'm joined by Mr. Dore On Tour, Nottingham Forest YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out after this. Great content, great vlogs as well. Look, thank you for coming onto the channel, Dore. And I said it before, I want this to be relaxed for both.
I'm relaxed, bro. I'm relaxed.
You said you're excited. You said you're excited ahead of this game.
Yo,
I'm more on a relax, goodbye vibes for some of these players that's leaving. Final game of the season. But for you, up until last game, it must have been a stressful season. How would you sum it up? Because you kept Cooper, which there was question marks around that, whether he would stay, whether he would go. You didn't really budge on the pressure by not sacking him, and you also brought in a lot of players. So you stayed up. I'm actually happy. People that know me know that I wanted Forest to stay up. I know Dave from the 12 Man podcast. I know you as well. So I wanted both of you lot to stay up, and you deserve it as well. But as a Forest fan, how would you sum up this season?
listen, we expected to be around the bottom bit, so let's keep it real. We knew it's going to be a tough league because, like I said, being back in the Premier League after 23 years. When we played Newcastle the first game of the season, we thought, oh, okay, what was happening before that? We thought, okay, we're going to finish, we're going to have a good season, blah, blah, blah. But we lost Newcastle 2-0, and then we thought that was a bit of a, you in the Premier League now, there's no sympathy for no one. And then from the first game, from now, as a football fan, I've enjoyed it. The playing side of it, you say, oh, it's tough to watch. But at the same time, I prefer to be in the Premier League, the Championship, like any other football club.
Yeah,
it's been stressful. It's been stressful, but like I said, bro, I'm relieved of what has happened, and at the same time, I'm happy. And then, like I said at the start, I'm just chilled. I'm relaxed. I cannot wait now till the season's done, and I'm always stressed out. Like I said, if we play something like a rival club, I'm always stressed out. I don't want to lose to this rival club, blah blah. But stay in the Premier League now after just one game as well, because everyone was doubting us. Everyone can have their opinion about Forest, and with all the first signings and blah blah blah. Listen, it took us one more game to go, and we're staying in the Premier League, and it's still Sorry.
Sorry, bro. Sorry to cut you off. Sorry, continue.
It's just I'm relieved more than anything, but I'm excited, and I'm just it's been exciting. It's been an excitement season for me about being a Forest fan.
Yeah. For those who watch Opposition Preview, normally I go into questions about, who should we watch out for tactics, but I want this to be a therapy session in a way for both of our struggles along the way. Look, there was a lot of what I find incredible about Forest and what they've done is same with Bournemouth. People were saying Forest are down, who's joining Forest? Or Bournemouth are down, who's joining Bournemouth? But both clubs, they had their struggles, but they managed to stick with Cooper. And it worked out in the end. It worked out in the end for this season. But my question is, for you, looking ahead, maybe the next 2 to 3 seasons, even we've been linked with Cooper, which is funny because we were linked with him before we signed Vieira, and that didn't work out in the end. Do you see him as the man leading Forest for the foreseeable future? Because you don't really see managers staying on for that long in a job, especially in the Premier League as well. It always changes here and there. So how do you see his future at the club?
Let's keep it real, right? What he did for Nottingham Forest, especially last season, is something second to none. And I do remember Crystal Palace had the same situation with, I think it was Dougie Freeman. You was bottom in the Champions League, the Championship, and then you got promoted through the playoffs, didn't you? I think I remember. Then you brought in 15 players the next season in the Premier League. Cooper was exactly the same, but with the 21 players at that time. So you've got to give credit to Steve Cooper. Let's keep it real, right? Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, Steve Cooper." People were saying Steve Cooper was the first manager to be sacked as a Premier League manager. But as you know, bro, the Premier League is so tough. It's not just Steve Cooper's going to be under pressure. It's the other 19 managers, except Pep or whoever. I'm happy he stayed for the whole season because the Leicester City game we lost 4-0, and I personally thought he was gone. All Forest fans thought he was gone, but me, like I said, I go to every game. I go with Dave as well. After the game, we lost 4-0 to Leicester. The Forest fans chanted Steve Cooper's name. That night, and especially I was walking home, and we heard Steve Cooper in the background, and I thought, he's gone. He's gone, Dave. He spoke after the game, and I said to him, Dave, he's not going. He's not going. And then, bro, 5 days later, new contract. And I thought to myself, you've got to put in context, we want to stay in the Premier League. That's what everyone wants to do. Look from Leicester game to now, does he deserve to stay in the Premier League? Some bits that he didn't, because there's some poor away. Away form has been not great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as a Forest fan, and you might say the same, we want managers to stay for the whole season at least, because how many managers left? Is it 14, 13,
14? Yeah, I think it was like 14. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, if he survive, it's been a tremendous achievement. And you know, Steve Cooper is one of them.
Exactly. And if you look at it again, Steve Cooper, the story that he's done for Nottingham Forest, not for the club, for the fans, for the city. I always say legend gets thrown around way too easy. He's a legend after being a Forest. Whatever happens, if he gets sacked or he'll leave soon, or he'll get sacked soon, because that's football. But he's a legend. I just hope, like I said, it's his first time being a Premier League manager. He's learned from his mistakes. He's a young English manager, because English managers always get more eyes on the English manager than a foreign manager.
Yeah.
I hope he'll get his time as a Premier League manager next season. If he don't, it happens.
Yeah. You have to. Yeah. Look, it's just you can't. It's hard, because we, like, some Palace fans wanted Vieira gone earlier than he did. Some Palace fans still wanted Vieira to stay, and you just want to see like a project built at the club, and with a manager as well. And when you look at Forest right now, he kept you guys up. But my question is, then, I'm pretty sure we'll talk next season anyways about this, but as we're ending the season and looking ahead to next season, what's your objective for next season then under Cooper? Is it another season of staying up? Because you have to also be realistic about the situation. So as a neutral, looking from the outside, you signed a lot of players this year. I know some players will be leaving. I think right now the most important thing is stability at your club.
Yeah.
You know, bringing in core players. You've got some decent core of players as well, some attackers that we'll talk about. But for me, I think next season should be another season of trying to stay up. If Forest stay up, you know, bring in a few more quality signings, start, you know, organizing a squad rather than 20 players every other season, which weren't happening anyways. I think that's another sort of season. But for you as a Forest fan, what do you expect?
Bro, Premier League is brutal. So the main objective is to stay in Premier League and get certain points, because I'm a Forest fan. I'm going to try and big up as much as I can. But I've got to be real and say we've got to stay away from that bottom three. Because if I say something about stay mid-table or go top 10 or whatever it is, then I'm talking stupidness. But you never know. I can use an example of teams like Palace. I've got to say Brighton. I've got to say who else? Brentford. If we copy their model of what they achieved for their clubs, we can maybe, like I said, get top 10. But as you know, bro, I mentioned the project. No manager's got like a 2 or 3 year project no more, because it never happens no more. Like, I just want to stay in Premier League. If we get mid-table, I said 14th this season, because I thought it's going to be a tough season. For the first time being forced in the Premier League after 23 years, it's going to be tough. So next season, I hopefully stay mid-table, but again, we've got to stay clear from the bottom three and don't make the same mistakes, because you mentioned the signings that we've made not being great, but at the same time, we had no choice, bro, to bring in these type of players, because if we didn't bring the 30 plus players into the club, we could have been a Norwich, be like a Euro club, and someone mentioned we was a Fulham 2.0. No, that's not happening. We're nothing like Fulham, nothing like Norwich. We had to do it because of all the players that we had last season. So, listen, the main objective is your question is we stay clear from the bottom three, and that's the main objective.
And look at, you mentioned Brighton, Palace, Brentford, all these clubs. It hasn't taken them like one season. Next year, well, Brentford, I guess, is the most recently promoted club out of all of them, teams. It feels like, anyways. So yeah, they're doing relatively well, but yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while for you to be like a settled Premier League club, and I don't think you can even. I don't think established Premier League club. It's not a thing anymore. Established Premier League club.
No,
I shouldn't leave that. Look at Leicester. Leicester will fight in top four. They'll fight in top four, and now they're on the relegation.
Forget about Leicester. Forget about Leicester, man. I don't care about Leicester.
Yeah, sorry.
No, not a rival, but I just generally don't care about Leicester because they think they're rivals. So if they go down, I'm like, okay,
it is what it is. Exactly. But it's crazy though. It's crazy when you look at like. They're fighting for top four, they're European football, and now all of a sudden relegation. And they still have the quality players. Leicester didn't get rid of, I know they got rid of a few players, but they still have the Madisons, the Tielemans, and the Soyunchus. Like, they still had them players, but still, like, this is football. It's a ruthless league, especially the Premier League. So we know how it goes. But in terms of Palace, what have we made of Palace this season? And looking ahead potentially next season, it's hard to predict for next season what to expect from Palace because we don't know as Palace fans due to signings, and we'll see who the next manager is. But Palace this season, we stayed up, got rid of Vieira, Roy Hodgson come back in. Have you been surprised by a few things?
Yo, listen, I've been on quite a lot of podcasts, and I love their fan base because I can say I've been to every single game. Like I said, it's my third time I'll be going to Palace on Sunday. Their fan base is fantastic. I'm not saying it because you're here. I'm saying it because I like what they're passionate. When they came to the City ground, it was non-stop singing. So the fan base, number one, I love the fan base. Number two, they've got a good young team. Whatever Patrick Vieira, like I said, it's result business, bro. And I think it was from January till he got sacked. It wasn't great at all.
No wins.
No wins. And then when Roy Hodgson come in, I thought to myself, you know what? And I'm be honest with you, I thought he'll do well for your club because he knows the club, he knows it inside out, and that. And then, but what I like about Palace, I mentioned the model, like I said, Brighton, Brentford, and Palace. You've got a good young team. You've got Eze. You've got what's the old guy's name?
Eze,
Elise as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that player.
The
centre back.
Gahey.
No, the other one. Anderson. Is that Anderson?
Yeah.
Listen, I love centre backs. I think I watched the game against Liverpool, and they was giving Nunes so much problems. I love that kind of defending. Love it. Wind defender up. Love it. Palace, they're a good side, and next season, if you lot want to probably break that into that top 8 or top 6, whatever it is this time, you need a good manager, but progressing to get a young good players because I know Palace they were linked with Brendan Johnson, but you're not getting him because he's a good young talent.
But you're not going to get him anyway. So
you're not getting him. But like I said, Palace, they've got a good young team mixed with young and experienced players as well. So listen, I like the way Palace are doing. Maybe like the next season to get a manager that knows the league. They're good side, and hopefully they do well. But hopefully Forest finish above them next season.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Because if Forest to finish above us, then I guess 2 teams will be getting relegated next season. No, I'm only joking. But no, literally, you made some good points. Look, it depends on the next manager, right? Like we can both say Palace can get top 6, top 8, top 10. But it depends on the next manager. It depends on how you build squad because there's still weaknesses for both sides, for Palace and for Forest as well. But for Palace, I think our weaknesses are a bit more obvious. We've got a few positions, especially right back. You can make that argument. Striker with our striker option. So if we strengthen them position, then you would think we'll do relatively well. But that's a massive if because you never know with Palace and what we're thinking and whether we'll strengthen. But looking at this game a bit. Funny enough, is an opposition preview ahead of this game, but we're talking about looking at this game a bit now. But that's the type of wavelength I wanted this conversation to be, because this game is pretty pointless at this rate. Do do you think the players will be on the beach? I don't expect anything else other than to be on the beach. Am I right in saying that? Especially for Forest, like that must be so exhausting what you had last game. Or you might want to end on a high, but I just don't. That phrase gets used a lot. And for example, we faced Bournemouth, and I didn't expect them to be on the beach, or potentially, I think I did. I can't remember. But it's like Fulham, for example, I didn't expect them. They're safe. They're not going to finish relatively higher, but I knew that Fulham was going to bring a decent game to us, and it was going to be tightly contested game, and that was the case. But for Forest, I'm not saying we'll beat you guys and be all over, but I don't really expect like a properly contested Premier League game. I feel like both sides, especially Forest, more than anything because of what happened last week, will just be relaxed. Am I right in saying that? How are you feeling?
Like, bro, our away form has been shocking. Away has been shocking, and I think as a fan, like I've been to every game, I want to win. I want to win an away game. I think all Forest fans want to win an away game to finish on a high because, listen, I've enjoyed just watching my club, but at the same time, you want to see that there's a few Forest players that believe in someone and they've been a service to the club. So if Mr. Steve Cooper puts out a weak team and puts out players that believe in, then Forest fans will fully understand. But at the same time, I want to win the game. So
of course,
because like, all Forest fans now it's stress. We're not stressed at all. We're happy. We can go to Palace in the party vibe now. Every game we've been to, like we've been to Brentford, I've been to Villa, and other away games like Chelsea away. It's been stressful because the first thing we say, I don't want to lose because we get close to the relegation zone, But we can go to Palace, relax. For a 4-hour journey there, just no stress at all, and I think that's what Forest players are going to think. There's no stress because we're not relegated. So if we go there and play a weak team, I don't want to get battered, but at the same time we're not going down. So
that's what I'm saying. So I don't look, I think you lot will be celebrating regardless of the result. But of course, you don't want to get battered. I understand that, but I don't even think he'll go with a weaker team. Maybe he might do. I never thought about it like that because you do have some players that could potentially be leaving, which you might want to give opportunities to. But I don't know really why you might.
Bro, like just Lingard. Like just Lingard.
But it doesn't Lingard. But I mean, is it a game where you want to say goodbye to Lingard? Has he done enough for Forest for you to say Lingard? No. Do you understand it? That's what I'm saying. With Palace, we could potentially do that with the likes of James McCarthy, who's leaving after 9 years at the club. So this might be a game worth playing James McCarthy. But with Forest, I don't get that sense that there's going to be any like proper goodbyes. Yes, Lingard, you can say goodbye to him, but it's not like a legend or it's not like an icon at Forest that's leaving. So yeah, I think it'll be a relatively strong side, but we'll see. We'll see on the day about the players.
I think with the few players, like I said, there's players that he's leaving, like Jack Colback. He was a fantastic for Forest last season. He played most of the left back last season, and he's going. So hopefully he gets a good send off because, like I said, when he first joined Forest, I thought, we're getting another Hansby who gets so much silly bookings, But when Steve Cooper brought it, came into Forest, Jack Colback changed completely. He hasn't played much because of injury, but hopefully he'll 100% get send off. If he does play his last game for the club. So we've got on Jesse Lingard. Does he deserve a? The thing about Jesse, right? Like I said, I know a few things at Forest. He's fantastic off the pitch. We could say he's a cheerleader, and but he's helped the young players like the Brendan Johnsons, the Morgan Whites, and all the young players who's in the academy. He's helped them a lot. I don't know with Jesse, like on the pitch, he's not been great. He's had issues as well off the pitch with his mental health and family.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. That's why I don't like the picture that gets portrayed with Jesse Lingard in terms of, he's a grown man dancing and like. Who cares? Like he's enjoying his life. He's dancing. It's not like he's crying in dressing room. He's dancing, and he's come out with a few podcasts, and he said like my mental health. He's talking about his family issues that he's having, and some of these footballers have more than just their personal life. But with my real thought about Jesse Lingard was when we're moving everything aside, when we're looking at his time at Forest, I don't think it's a game. Oh, we have to start Lingard for a goodbye.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a massive thing there about it. Maybe Cooper does it. Maybe Cooper does it because of behind the scenes stuff that maybe us neutrals or maybe some Forest fans don't know about, and it gives them a sending off, run out with the boys, and then you go forward from there. But then again, I don't really expect it. So, Dore, in terms of score prediction, what are we expecting? Because I'll be honest, I could see goals in this game. I could see goals.
I can see goals. I can see goals coming there.
Yeah, I could. It can be something like 5-3 or something crazy. Like,
yo, listen,
this is gonna be 0-0, but
yo, bro, we've got Brendan Johnson, we've got Morgan White. You've got your good young team as well. Yeah. We've got nothing to play for. So if
it's freedom, that's it.
It's freedom. So listen, mate, I don't want Forest to concede 4 or 5 goals like we have in the past against the bigger teams and that. But listen, I want to be a respectful game, and if it can end up like 3-3 or 5-4-3 or 3-2, whatever, he'll be happy. But like I don't know what I'll say. 2-1 Forest, but I generally don't care. 2-1 Forest. No, you know what it is? I want to win. I want to win away game.
Yeah,
looking happy. I want to win. I'm not going to go travel all 4 hours to get there, but I want to win. But I'll say it's going to be. I'll say high score 3-2 Forest.
3-2 Forest. All right, cool. I'm going to go for 3-1 Palace. Forest away record. Forest have stayed up. Palace. You know what? Funny enough, I don't think Palace are gonna. I think Forest will treat this more relaxed than Palace will, because we still got that question mark over 11th. We want to finish 11th above Chelsea, and we want to get that extra money for finishing higher up the table.
Yeah.
But with Forest, I guess the main objective was not to finish, 50 or whatever. I don't know where you guys are in the league, in all honesty.
16,
right
16.
now, as long as you stayed up, that's all I cared about.
Yeah, that's bro. That's all it matters.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's it. But with Palace, when you look at the finances, that 1 place or 2 place, that can matter. So I think we'll still turn up, and I think Forest will be a bit too relaxed. So I'm going to go for 3-1 Palace. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed the content, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to not miss out future Palace content. And also make sure to check out Mr. Dore On Tour's channel, where he'll be vlogging from the away end. Hopefully celebrating, but also moaning
partying, bro. We're not celebrating. We go partying.
At the end of the party, the Palace could be the party peepers. 3-1 Palace. Hopefully that could. Most scenario, it'll be well for both of us. We can both party, then Palace can, leave a smile on his face. Now, my jokes aside, happy for Forest, happy for Mr. Dore. Hopefully next season we can catch up and, talk about a bit more serious games, because right now it's the finale. That's it for the opposition preview this season. We're heading towards it, counting the days literally now until we start focusing on next season. But thank to every single one of you who's been locked into the opposition previews throughout the season. We really appreciate your help. And until next time, up the Palace.
Up the Forest!